Me and the boys just sitting down here to review The Boys. Disclaimer, I have not read the comic that it's adapted from. I'm not going to be comparing it to it. This review is solely on the TV show itself. So The Boys is a American black comedy superhero series on Amazon. It follows the boys, a group of vigilantes who want to expose superheroes for being corrupt. The main superhero team they want to go after is the Seven, which is like the Justice League of this world. So Huey Campbell has his life shattered when his girlfriend is accidentally killed by A-Train, a member of the Seven, and when the company that funds and pretty much controls the Seven, Vought, just want to pay money, give Huey money as like compensation for what's happened, and telling him to never talk about it again. He's angered by this, and he is met by Billy Butcher, who wants to expose all superheroes for what they really are. They are actually terrible, vain, arrogant, and corrupt people, and he wants Huey's help to do this since Huey has experienced this. So you follow the exploits of the boys, and you also follow the exploits of the Seven, the A team of superhero teams, and their newest member, Starlight. So contrast to Billy joining a group of vigilantes to expose superheroes, you have Starlight, someone who's always wanted to be a superhero. She wants to fight crime. She wants to save people. That's all she ever wanted. Now she gets the chance being on the Seven, but it's not what she imagined. It's really a huge disappointment to her, and she doesn't realize until she actually joined the team how terrible they actually are. But she still wants to be a hero. She believes this is her chance to be an actual hero, but Vought and other members of the Seven are kind of hugely opposed to her, so she's trying to fight the establishment within. That's the analogy I would go with it. She wants to change it from within. She doesn't want to adhere to their way of working and thinking and all that. So you're following the boys and you're following the Seven as well. The quote-unquote protagonists and antagonists of this series. So I will say the first half of this series is definitely the strongest. You get a lot of development with Huey. Huey he is not accustomed to this world where it's just dark and gruesome. Will force him into situations where he'll have to do something he'll regret or something he would never do. The first half of the series does it really well with his character. His character really develops pretty good in that first half. Then with the Seven, you see they're starting to get brought down as well and developed as well. So A-Train, he cares about being the best, particularly the fastest man alive, the best superhero speedster. But to do this, he takes an illegal substance called Compound V. It's pretty much like drugs for superheroes. And you see through his struggle as well throughout the series, wanting to be the best. He also has a girlfriend that he's keeping secret from everyone to protect his image and all that. And he's conflicted. Does he want to protect his image, or does he want to spend the rest of his life with someone he actually cares about? So this is done really well for him as well. The Deep, he starts off, he's like very arrogant douchebag. I mean, straight from the get-go, in the first episode, he forces Starlight to give him a blowjob, or else, hey, I'll get you kicked out of the team. You wanted to be in the Seven, right? Well, if you want to stay here, if you don't want to get kicked out, put that mouth right where it needs to be. And he starts off like that, very, very arrogant, but he's not taken seriously. He's supposed to be the Aquaman of the team. It's like you talk to fish like you're a joke, but he wants to be taken seriously. And then you see the low points within his life as it all starts crashing and crumbling around him, and he kind of has that moment where he realizes just I'm a terrible person and my life sucks. So That's done really well. Throughout the series, that's done really well with A-Train and the Deep's development as well. Starlight, her whole thing with realizing that being a superhero is not what she imagined it, and her fighting against Vort's ideals and what they want her to do, not what she wants to do. And what she wants to do is to be an actual superhero, to be an actual good person, and so she's fighting that from within. So this is done really, really, really well. I would say the standout characters in this series are definitely Billy Butcher and Homelander. So Billy Butcher, portrayed by Carl Urban, I think he does a really good job. He's very intimidating. I like his dark humor. Sometimes it's a bit like dark and edgy for the sake of being dark and edgy, but I would say that's mainly the whoever wrote the script's fault, not Carl Urban's fault. I really liked him as this character. He did a pretty good job, but I would say the one who did the best job as their character is Anthony Starr as Homelander. Starr's Homelander is so fantastic. I really loved this character. He's supposed to be, he's the Superman of this team. He's supposed to embody truth, justice, the American way, hope. When you see him, you're supposed to feel we're safe. We are definitely going to be saved because he is a superhero. He is here to protect us. And he portrays this really, really well. He's always happy. It's just like, you people, you are the real heroes. Like whenever he's like with law enforcement and all that, it's just like, they might call me a superhero, but you guys are the real heroes, and I respect that. He's a person, he's supposed to be like a people person, but in actuality, he's a huge megalomaniac. He is psychotic. He is absolutely crazy and menacing, and Starr does this really well as the character. It's so convincing, and like he wants to be more independent because he is quote unquote the best superhero. That's what he believes, and that's the public's portrayal of him. Like he is the superhero, and he wants more. He wants to be more independent from Vought, but because of his like relationship with the vice president of Vought, Madeline Stillwell, he's weighed down because Stillwell is not a superhero, but she is very controlling of Homelander, and he like until like near the end of the series, he adheres to what she says and what she does. Like it's a weird like motherly relationship. Like he is attracted to her, and she treats him like a child, like her own. Like if she had another child, that would be Homelander, and she treats him as such, as like, Mummy's here for you. Don't worry, I'll sort everything out. You don't need to do that. Mummy knows what's best, and he falls for it throughout the entire series, despite the fact that he could honestly just one day get up and kill everyone on the planet. He could. He has the powers. He has the almost the mindset to do something like that, and he's just held down by this one person who's not even a superhero, doesn't even have superpowers, and that's really interesting. And Starr's portrayal of Homelander is so good. Like his smile, like when he smiles, it's supposed to be like, don't worry, I'm here to save the day. You can count on me. But when you know what he's actually like behind the scenes, it is so menacing. Like Homelander was probably definitely my favorite character within the TV series. Any scene with him was just really, really good. Like how he plays off with every other character was so well. It's just a mix of intimidation and kind of trying to be friendly but intimidating at the same time. Like when he's with the Deep, it's just like he goes to like puts his hands on him, but he's like being friendly at the same time, but he's like almost about to like squeeze his like shoulders out, and it is such a good scene. Like almost all of Homelander's scenes, like interacting with any of the characters, is so good. It's so menacing, and I really enjoyed Anthony Starr's portrayal of that character. He's a huge child. Like he does have temper tantrums, like when they go to rescue people on a plane. he accidentally destroys the controls to the plane so no one can fly it. And he's just like, okay, let's leave. And all the people are just like, save Homelander, save us, please. You're a superhero, please save us. And then, like, his eyes glow. He's like, he threatens to kill all of them. He's just like, if you don't, no, no, fucking sit down, fucking get the fuck away from me, get the fucking away from me, okay? Like, just like, fucking piss off, leave me alone. Like, that was a really, really, really good scene with that character. It's just like, Homelander, I mean, overall, I've said it numerous times, but Homelander, the best character within this TV series. Now, on to the flaws of this series. The flaws, I would say, is definitely the second half of this series, as it approaches the climaxes, the end of certain story arcs within the series. It is very disappointing and anticlimactic. So, I would say the stuff between Huey and A-Train, their whole feud, that was very anticlimactic. I'm trying not to spoil a lot of things, but I'm gonna spoil this because I thought it was just so goddamn dumb. A-Train is at like his lowest, and finding out that Huey has been kind of trying to take everyone down, with the help of the boys and all that. A-Train blames him for everything that's going wrong in his life. So he confronts Huey and Starlight. He's able to defeat Starlight, and he's at this time he's hopped up on Compound V. So he goes to kill like Huey, then he collapses because he has a heart attack. I'm just like, that is such an anticlimactic way to finish that. Like, finish that kind of feud between each other. Like, A-Train blames Huey for everything that's going wrong with his life. A-Train killed Huey's girlfriend, and so Huey has more of a reason to hate A-Train. But like, I knew Huey's not going to be able to like win in a fight against A-Train because he has no powers and he's going up against a speedster. But really, it ends because he has a heart attack. Like, that is so anticlimactic. Some of the Seven's character arcs in here, while some of them are really done well, like A-Train's in the Deeps. There's ones like Queen Maeve's. Like, Queen Maeve's is she's becoming disillusioned, and she's suffering from like burnout from being a superhero, and she's kind of sick of like how Vought operates, and especially Homelander, but she can't particularly do anything because she works for Vought, and Homelander could easily just kill her on the spot, and he's terrifying. Like, it's interesting, but they don't touch upon it a lot. Like, probably 2 episodes they touch upon what's going on with Queen Maeve, and that's it. And it's just like, okay, what was the point of this? Like, okay, sure. And even though I liked the development they were doing, the story that was going on with the Deep, it didn't serve anything within the story. Like, the overall story, I think it was just only there to pad the runtime. It's like, okay, every episode is about like an hour long. How are we going to fill it? It's like, hey, what about if the Deep tried to like free a dolphin? It's like, okay, whatever, but it doesn't add to anything. And stuff like stuff they allude to, like throughout the series, they mentioned a character called Mallory, who was in the original version of The Boys. That when it first started, and they keep mentioning, you know what happened to Mallory? It's just like, this is just another Mallory situation waiting to happen. It's just I was genuinely interested in like, okay, what's this Mallory thing they're alluding to? And then when it's revealed, it's underwhelming and anticlimactic. It's like, okay, all that intrigue and suspense is gone. It was so pointless. A few of the characters there really didn't do anything that I don't think they really needed to be there. Like, Mother's Milk, I don't know what his purpose in The Boys is, but he really did not do anything. He was just kind of there because he was on the first team. And Frenchie is useful in like the first half of the series, but in the second half, he's just kind of there as well. His relationship with Kimiko, aka the female, I don't find it believable. Like, as soon as he sees her, he's just like, protect. My mission in life is to protect this woman. I will protect and care for her and love her. That is all that matters. That is my purpose in life. And I did not find it believable. It's like, hey, I mean, dude, if you're into Asians, hey, I got not going to disagree with you there. I mean, it's very attractive Asian women, but I just didn't find it believable from the get-go. From when he first sees her as a prisoner, he is totally enamored and just fascinated with her. And just, I don't know, it's and just how their relationship throughout this whole series, throughout the remainder, since once she is, debuted and all that, and becomes part of the boys, it's kind of like that scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, when Rosa has a puppy, and she's like, I don't remember the exact line, but it goes along like, no, I've only had him for like a few hours or like a day, but if anything bad happened to him, I would kill everyone and then kill myself. That is essentially the Frenchie Kimiko relationship in a nutshell. It's just Frenchie just like, if anything happens to Kimiko, I will kill you, and then I will kill myself because I cannot live without her. That's essentially their relationship in a nutshell, and I just didn't find it believable. And it was just kind of there. So overall with this series, if I were to give it a rating, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. Above average, close to good. The first half of the series is definitely the best. It is the strongest overall. But as soon as it goes into the second half, it starts to wrap up a lot of these story arcs. It's very disappointing, very underwhelming, very anticlimactic. It's as if they knew they were going to get a second season. I know that there was a lot going on that couldn't have been properly wrapped up in one season, but a lot of the stuff was just very anticlimactic and underwhelming. But as I said, the positives, I would say, yeah, the first half of the series, Carl Urban and Anthony Starr as Billy Butcher and Homelander, respectively, they were definitely the standout actors and characters within that series. Homelander especially, fucking love that guy. He's such a great character within that series. But yeah, I wouldn't particularly recommend it. I don't think a lot of people are gonna like this series. I was overall, no, good and bad, I was okay with what I watched. I'll consider watching season 2. But yeah, it was an above average series. So that is all. Thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you like the video, leave a like, and I will see you all in the next one.